Gentleman's time has expired. Now, please recognize the gentlelady from Maryland, Ms. McClain Delaney, for 5 minutes.
So thank you, Secretary Rollins. I really appreciate your deep preparation today. You're diving into the figures and really having the ability and receptivity to following up with each of our offices. It really means a difference. And I did watch your children. They were very patiently waiting. And I, too, have an 18-year-old daughter, and she's headed to Texas for college in the fall.
Oh, that's well, where in Texas?
TCU.
Oh, that's my hometown. At least you didn't say Texas. If you'd said the University of Texas, that would have been tough. But no, that's great. That's a great place.
Okay. I have 4 daughters. So anyway, I grew up in a farming family in Buell, Idaho. Would have been a 4th generation farmer had I not moved to Maryland. But I really appreciate farm country and rural America. I represent the 6th District of Maryland, and it stretches from the tech hubs of Montgomery County to the orchards and farms of Frederick and Allegheny and Garrett and Washington counties. And I love the conversation about the dairy farmers, because we have a lot of dairy farms in Washington County. But Maryland has over 12,000 farms, and we support over 83,000 jobs, and it generates billions a year. But when I spoke with all of our 5 farm bureaus and our farmers and our ranchers, they're really very concerned about cuts to agricultural education and research, the tariffs, obviously, and unstable markets. And it's a tsunami of challenges. I will follow up with some questions at the end, because I won't get through to all of them. But I have 2 key concerns for my constituents. One's about rural broadband access, and one is about staffing challenges at the farm services agencies. And they just really want kind of a roadmap on what is ahead. So I did listen into your confirmation hearing, and you were very articulate. But you did say, when farmers prosper, rural America prospers. And I so agree with that, because you pledged to do everything in your power to help farmers, ranchers, and our communities thrive. But I believe that access to affordable, high-speed broadband ensures that rural America thrives. And I had the privilege of serving at NTIA and helping roll out the broadband. The President's budget slashes rural broadband funding at USDA and freezes the Reconnect program entirely. And I also saw NTIA budget would be cut by 19%. This is really concerning to me. If broadband is the backbone of economic opportunity, as I believe it is, how do you intend to ensure that our farmers and ranchers aren't left behind? And do you have a clear roadmap or strategy about coordination of USDA funds with other funding streams? Because it's really important that we get this done.
I couldn't agree with you more. I will look into, I'm going to make a note to myself, that specific program you mentioned, the Reconnect. The president has been, again, resolute in his commitment to ensuring that all of rural America is connected. In the last administration that I served with him, this was a big part of our efforts. So let me look into that specifically and get back to you. I think that's really important.
And the USDA freezes too.
The USDA freezes specifically, and then of course, you know, as innovation changes with satellite and others, there may be better ways for that connectivity. But would really look forward to working with you and potentially identifying what that looks like.
Yeah, and I'd love to follow up on that, because I did a lot in the satellite and fiber arena. There's a lot of challenges along that area. And then the second is really something that was brought up by our 5 farm bureaus, and it's a pressing problem. There's ongoing staff shortages at Maryland's Farm Service Agency, and it's really risking delays in services for our farmers. Right now, the state office lacks a state executive director, and filling this leadership role is really urgent. Maryland already has a qualified candidate ready to step into the role and provide this assistance. And I think, you know, obviously with 15% of USDA, you know, having left, it's really important to have expertise within the states and fill these. Just wanted to know if we could follow up with you and if you had any insights into that.
That would be great. I know we have moved out a lot of those state directors. Obviously, you would know, if you haven't heard we've done Maryland, then we probably haven't, but let me check on that and get back to you. I honestly am really looking forward in this next sort of month or two to lean into this FSA question.
Really
I want to understand where all the states are, where the offices are, the 4-hour wait times I keep hearing about from people calling in. They're only open Tuesday and Thursday
Yeah, I'm
until
hearing
noon.
about it too, so yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. And so whatever we need to do, we will solve for that. I haven't not had
Great.
the time yet to do it, but that's next. So
Okay, and I'll just say in closing, I'll be submitting a couple of questions for the record, including about our Maryland University research and ag innovation research, nutrition assistance, and then your supplemental disaster relief program, because we had historic flooding in Allegheny County. So
okay,
thank
I
you.
would welcome that. You got a good basketball coach from Texas A&M, by the way.
I yield back.
He's
Thank
very
you.
good.